Let's bring in Columbia University student Eden Yadegar and Republican New York City Councilwoman Vernikov. Thank you both for coming on. Eden, I know you're home for Passover. You intend to go back to Columbia. I wanted to play this because this is a Columbia protester saying that this is what they were taught. Listen to her and I'll get your response.
What we have is this encampment that has shown solidarity with each other, with other colleges, with the Palestinian people, and that is something that the administration cannot take away from us. The way they've been treating us is as if we were strangers in our own campus, as if they hadn't been teaching us what we're applying here at this encampment.
Yeah, these are the same people who a year ago, 2 years ago, called words violence, and now they're using these violent words. What do you make of what's happening on your campus?
I mean, thank you for having me. It's very clear to me and to all the Jewish students on campus that what we're seeing isn't free speech. Freedom of speech does not include freedom to harass nor freedom to intimidate. My friends have been punched, my friends have been hit, my friends have been shoved, flags have been set on fire on Columbia's campus. I mean, that is not what the First Amendment protects. And, you know, these protesters are calling for Tel Aviv to be burned to the ground, to bomb Tel Aviv. They're calling for an intifada revolution, and then in the same breath calling for a ceasefire. And the hypocrisy is absolutely astounding.
It really is. Vernikov, I want to go to you now because as we started the top of the newscast with this endorsement now, these Columbia students, elite university protesters, are now being endorsed by, you know, one of the leaders of Hamas, by the Palestine Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. What do you make of this? They're seeing this, they're recognizing this, and they see that it is beneficial for them.
First of all, thank you so much for having me, Trace. Look, there is an illegal occupation going on right now, and it's not in the Middle East. It's in the encampments of Columbia University, NYU, and other universities across America. The American people need to understand that this is a result of decades of indoctrination, Marxist indoctrination across American academia that has engulfed our college campuses. And that is the ideology that believes that Jews are the oppressors, that Jews are white privilege, and therefore, by definition, they cannot be victims.
Yeah, it really is. It's exactly what is happening on campuses, and it's spreading, and we're going to talk about this, the University of Southern California. Meantime, back to Eden, because I want to play this soundbite. I thought it was instructive. This is a Jewish professor at NYU who had this to say.
I can tell you, if I went into the NYU square with a white hood on and said, lynch the blacks or burn the gays, my ID would be shut off by that night. There would be no need for the words context or nuance. I wouldn't be protected by terms like First Amendment or free speech. I would be out of the world of academia. It seems like we have a double standard when it comes to hate speech as long as it's against Jews.
Eden, it doesn't seem like there's a double standard. There is a double standard. He would be blackballed. He would be taken out of his job, and so would anybody else. And yet we see these protests go on with impunity.
Absolutely. I mean, there is very much a double standard, and it's only reinforced by our administration's lack of action in condemning this rhetoric, in condemning these hateful actions. I mean, it is so ridiculous to me that every single marginalized group gets to define their own identity, gets to define what oppresses them. But when it comes to Jews, somehow, when we cry anti-Semitism, it's written off. We're told that we're weaponizing our Jewish identities when really we're being targeted because of them.
Yeah. And Ina, I just want to ask you, because Eden was telling us, you know, her friends have been punched. We have other students who say their friends, their non-Jewish friends, have told them to stay off campus because they're worried about their safety. What do you say to that?
You know, my message to these students is I understand that you're afraid, but I wish that you all come together and be brave and come back to campus. I know it might not be easy, and we're going to keep pushing for the president to do the right thing, to let the NYPD back onto the campus, to expel the agitators, to expel the Hamas supporters, and we're going to keep supporting you as much as we can.
Vernikov, Eden Yadegar, thank you so much for coming on. Best of luck to you, and we're curious to see what happens when you go back to school.
Thank you so much.